Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I plan to break down Dr. Heavenly's live from last week after the final episode of the 3-part reunion. If you want to see the ins and out of Toya's marriage, find out if Dr. Contessa is fake, or if you want to know if Quad has a man or not, then you're in the right place because I have all that and more. So stay tuned and welcome back to the Kenya Williams channel. Okay, so as I previously stated, Dr. Heavenly went live following the final episode of the reunion. If you didn't know, this is expected of Dr. Heavenly. She usually goes live following each episode to give the viewers her perspective and discuss things she's either couldn't or got a chance to discuss on camera. A lot of the time she has guests, and this week's guest is Carlos King. If you're like me, you had no idea who he was. So I took the liberty of Googling him. Turns out he is the CEO of a television production company called Kingdom Reign Entertainment. He's responsible for a lot of different shows, but the ones we are the most familiar with is The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop of Atlanta. But his resume is extensive, and according to Google, he is one of the most sought after executive producers in reality television. And now that we have that info, let's dive right in. When talking about why Married to Medicine is his favorite show on Bravo, Carlos expresses that it's because they have majority of their same cast members since season 1 and 2. It's real authentic, it's organic, and the women they populate in are a natural fit, minus a recent addition. Now, I thought he was referring to Audra, but no, he says Anila, and his reason was that Anila seems like someone they picked to fit an affirmative action quota, which I've said this before too. She sticks out like a sore thumb in this group of women. She gives off Lisa vibes too. Is she a woman of color? Yes, but more specifically our color or our definition of color? No. And unfortunately, that's what Carlos is saying. But they then go on to discuss how being on the show can change you. And I can see that. He basically is saying the ones that feed into the audiences instead of naturally being themselves end up turning into that person they're pretending to be, which makes sense. And I can think of one person in particular that fits that mold, but I ain't gonna say no names. He then goes on to say that Heavenly has become the face of Married to Medicine. And I don't know, it's giving brown nosing to me, because no. I don't know how many of you guys actually tune in to Heavenly's lives, but majority of the people she gets on with are agreeing with her or kissing her butt. But anyways, if anything, she just stirs up most of the drama, which gets her more TV/camera time, cause no, baby. He then goes on to justify Dr. Heavenly's actions in regards to getting on YouTube and telling their business. He was like, you're not doing anything or saying anything that they're not putting in the group chat or saying behind each other's backs. And then goes on to say that without Heavenly, they'd have no money in their pockets for this show. Now, even I've said it makes for good television. Heavenly's antics, whether staged or not, is entertaining, and let's be clear, that's the only reason she's been at the forefront this entire season, is because of just that. She's not the new face of Married to Medicine. It was like that with Mariah too. Think about it. Whose names do they say first in the theme song? Jackie, Simone, then Heavenly. I'm just saying. I ain't hating either, so don't shoot me. Honestly, Dr. Heavenly is my favorite, and I know a lot of y'all gonna get me for saying that, but I think she's hilarious. However, I do not, and I repeat, do not agree with everything she says and does, including her taking her friends' lives to social media. That's wrong, and doing something that wrong should not make you the face of the show. It kind of makes you the villain in the real world. So then Heavenly follows up what he says by adding that aside from herself, Toya is the only other person that makes up this show. Without her and Toya, the show would be boring. She then goes on to say that she made calls to production to get Quad back on the show full time. She said that she couldn't carry the show by herself and needed Quad to bring the drama. And I don't know about y'all, but that part I believe. So in a nutshell, she saved the show. They then go on to discuss production. Carlos says that Married to Medicine is the stepchild of Housewives of Atlanta. Heavenly agrees and says production doesn't want them competing. But my opinion is Married to Medicine is better, and that's just me. But anywho, moving on, they start talking about her and Contessa. She says that during the filming, she and Contessa found a moment to talk on the side where she genuinely apologized, and it seemed like she accepted it and said they were good. Then she said that once the camera started rolling again, she went back to being mad. And if that's true, that's messed up, because that would mean Contessa is faking it to create a stronger narrative and get more camera time. And y'all, that I just don't want to believe, because that would be worse than when my uncle told me wrestling was fake. Seriously. She said Contessa told her, and I quote, Heavenly, I'm really not that mad. We both played a part in it. Let's move past it. and she turned around and did that on the screen, she implied all the stuff and drama that Contessa had going on with her husband last season, that could have been for a storyline too. If that's true, I would look at her differently. So I won't think about it. Okay, so on to them talking about Toya and Eugene, at which Carlos brings up Quad calling Eugene Eugina. Heavenly clarifies that Mariah originally coined that phrase in the first season, but others just continue to use it behind the scenes, which that's messed up. But they also bring up talk of Toya being disrespectful to Eugene. Dr. Heavenly then goes on to say that Eugene isn't as innocent as he appears on TV. She says he's on Twitter saying things to Quad like, "Your house is still in underwriting," and DMing Anila telling her that Heavenly and Quad aren't her real friends. And if it's true, I don't condone name calling, but I will definitely say it's giving off feminine energy. Eugene, you can't be doing that, man. Dang. Heavenly even went on to say that when she asked Toya about it, Toya said that it wasn't her, that it actually was Eugene. Heavenly then tells her that's B mentality, basically saying that's some woman behavior. And Toya admits that it is. So Toya agrees that Eugene acts like a female. She then goes on to say all the things that Eugene is getting mad about is all the stuff that Toya told them, that Toya gave them the ammo. And in a way that is true. But at the end of the day, they're all supposed to be friends. In a heated moment with your friends, you're not supposed to take the things that they've told you in confidence to use against them. As adults, we should be able to communicate in a healthy manner that doesn't result to low blows. And women are the worst. I'll be the first to admit it. But anyway, they then move on to the topic of the way Toya talks to and about Eugene. The things that she says on and off camera. For example,
but is it what? But on camera, the stuff that the stuff that Toya says on camera about Eugene, is it worse than what she says behind the scenes about Eugene?
See, that I'm at a loss because she says horrible things on camera and I don't know what's played or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't remember. But I'll tell you that anytime you say more than once,
I'm gonna tell you. Because I'm a married medicine
is mediocre. It's vanilla is the word she used. She says these things on camera.
She said that she thought when you get married, your husband's penis gets bigger.
The sex is vanilla.
The sex is vanilla. And
I could go back seasons, eat the biscuit, you big. Low testosterone, your testosterone is 2. You know what I'm saying? You get a period every month. Key. All this. I'm like, I would never say that to my man, especially on TV, not even on TV. I mean, off
Dr.
TV.
Heavenly.
That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my
No, Dr. Heavenly.
Everybody.
I'm gay. Clearly. I won't say those things about my man. Period. Like, I will never install pain in that brother's eyes tonight.
He definitely has pain, and not only that, I don't know if they show it, but she says repeatedly she makes more money than him.
Who said that?
Oh my gosh, all the time, on camera, off camera. I don't know what's played. That's why I say y'all miss so much, and y'all determine y'all whole thing.
They didn't play that.
Y'all don't see.
Wait, they didn't play that.
She keep telling him, but then her rebuttal is he used to tell her that when she was a teacher. Am I telling their business? But anyway, they said it on camera. He said he stopped speaking to her for 2 weeks after she said his penis was little. Did they play that? See, that's why I need to watch the show. Because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I need to watch the show because I'm just saying people don't see everything and it's horrible and I need to stop talking about these people and that's why they mad.
Plain and simple, what goes on in your house and marriage needs to stay within your house. Unfortunately, Toya has emasculated this man repeatedly for the world to see. And in any relationship, some actions and words aren't only impossible but hard to forget, causing you to dwell and eventually treat that person in the way that you now view them, thus eventually putting you both in a place you can't come back from and ruining everything. Or worse, ending it. Words hurt. So I would encourage everyone watching this to choose your words carefully, especially with the ones you love. The disagreement is only temporary, but the impact of your words stain and last forever. And that's just not something you want to inflict on someone that you love. If someone trusts you enough to confide in you, cherish it, value it, even if they tick you off, because that's real love. But anyway, before they move on, Heavenly drops that Quad has a man.
Quad got a man. I'm just going to put that out there. I ain't putting out nobody's business.
Is he? Does he live in Atlanta?
I don't know.
Is he black?
I ain't giving y'all nothing, but I'm just saying.
Is he Nigerian?
Come on now, Carlos. You coming close. You getting hot. No,
Is he friends with Portia's fiance Simon?
Hush, baby. No, none of that. You gonna stop all of this.
And that was all in response to Toya talking about Quad not having a man. She doesn't go into too much detail, but she does drop that info. Next, they reveal that Audra had her baby, so congrats to them. And then Carlos goes on to say he thinks Audra is good for the show, but I don't see it. I think I need more time to fill her out, because if y'all watched my previous videos, y'all already know I didn't like her entrance. The last episode or so kinda gave me a glimpse, but I still am a little unsure. And Carlos even said that what the cameras caught made everything come off performative, and she should dial it back a little. Now, me personally, I wouldn't blame it entirely on the cameras. This is her first go around, so I'll stick around to find out where this goes. And she has the first Married to Medicine baby, so that gives her a point for me, because Kenya loves the babies. Next, they start talking about Anila. Carlos asked Heavenly if she thinks Anila is good for the show. She kind of gave an evasive answer.
You know what? Fucking not even told me to stop answering questions like these, because this is what gets me in trouble. But however, I think Anila is a great girl. I love her. She's fun. She's funny. She's not prejudiced. But she can't win in this. Because at the end of the day, no matter what goes on, I'm this. And I'm never going against her. I think she, you know what I mean? I think that she just a little, what's the word, dingy, that she just didn't get that. I was like, Anila, stop. Don't say that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Then they insinuated the storyline with Miss Gomez quitting was fake. And y'all, I swear I be spot on. If y'all haven't already, go watch my other videos. Y'all will see that I said the exact same dang thing. I said it was a ploy or plot of some sort to thicken Anila and Kieran's storyline. But on a lighter note, Anila and Kieran did make mention that Miss Gomez is coming back. And I don't know about y'all, but that whole thing seemed arranged or staged by production. A ploy of sorts to create a narrative for Anila's dry storyline. If that's the case, in fact, which I'm not saying it is, that means the kids were in on it as well, unless they weren't included, which means they traumatized these kids for view. Just a thought, y'all. I be thinking about everything. But in previous episodes, their nanny had to go be with her family in Houston. Anila is forced to move her mom in to help with the kids, and her mom gets on her nerves. Then Miss Gomez magically has a change of heart and return. Come on, y'all. Don't that sound like a plot from a Lifetime movie? I'm just saying. And I don't dislike Anila and Kieran, but I don't know if y'all can tell, but by now that I'm really not a fan of theirs. And just like people from the past on the show, like Lisa, Carrie, Buffy, all of them, I don't think Anila and Kieran's storyline will last long on this show. But that's just me. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. But hopefully after this, y'all won't be so hard-headed and listen to me. Anyways, Carlos goes on to ask an interesting question. He wants to know why Jackie and Simone always sit next to Andy at the reunion. And I honestly never thought about it, but Dr. Heavenly says she doesn't know. But I think I do. And since y'all have agreed to listen to me from now on, I'm going to tell you my hypothesis on this matter. I think that because Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie have proven to be the most sensible and rational on the show, if an altercation breaks out, the space between Jackie and Simone is the safest. I mean, I could be wrong, but just think about it. Comment below on what y'all think. Carlos says on the other reunion shows, they have to have at least 30-minute conversations about who sits next to the host because it's so controversial, but not with Married to Medicine. And that could be another reason. To cut down on arguing over the matter, they just automatically assign those spots to Jackie and Simone to avoid all of that. He also implied that sometimes production sits people in order from popular to least favorable, so that's another one. Lastly, Carlos starts wrapping things up by saying that all the women are good for the show. Heavenly corrects him by saying no, the Fab Five are good for the show. He then asks who the Fab Five are. She names Jackie, Simone, herself, Toya, and Quad. When he asks about Contessa, she says no, she's not included. And when you think about it, it's true. I mean, we're talking about originality here. The OG cast members since season 1, Contessa didn't join the cast till season 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's about right, meaning Contessa is not a part of the original cast. Although she's made a good addition, I feel that if they needed to make cuts for any reason, she'd be considered before anyone from the Fab Five, her and Anila. Heavenly said that outside of the show, no one hung out with Contessa except her, which makes perfect sense when you think about Dr. Jackie's response at the reunion. When asked why she never reached out to her when her and Scott were going through a hard time, Dr. Jackie looked at her like she wanted to say, now you know we only cool on camera, hell. But Dr. Jackie is too classy for all that though. show. But Heavenly then goes on to say that the only person Contessa hangs out with outside of the show now is Toya. You know, the woman whose husband she called a bitch, and Dr. Heavenly feels the only reason for that is because of the messiness. As if to say, if her and Contessa never fell out, Contessa and Toya would not be hanging out at all. And then Carlos' messy self gonna ask if Quad is the star of the show, at which Dr. Heavenly responds, one of three. He then asks who are the three. She says me, Quad, and Toya. Y'all, he asks who the stars are, not who are the messiest or most dramatic. I don't think any one person makes up this show. I feel they all play a major part in the quality. No one person is a star. Heavenly definitely brings the comedy, Quad brings the drama, Jackie is the voice of reason, while Simone is the backbone and support, and Toya is the real / the forgiving one. Even the extras, Contessa and Anila, I'm just playing y'all, but even they have different elements to bring to the show. And that pretty much concluded the live. At the end, he basically is telling her to keep being herself. Mine is talking about her friends, that her personality is a great attribute to the show. She then says that after this live feed, she's not talking about these people on the show anymore. And I personally have a hard time believing that, but okay. Y'all let me know below if y'all believe Dr. Heavenly is done talking to her live. Lastly, she confirms that the network approved them for season 10. So yay! We already kind of knew that, because why the freak not? But I'm so excited to officially hear it though. I can't wait, you guys. But anyway, that concludes my video for today. I do have another video I'm working on in the meantime pertaining to a past Married to Medicine star that you guys are going to want to see, okay? So if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, give this video a thumbs up and share if you care. Until next time, bye.